Hi, welcome to another episode of the Biotuin, which is my YouTube garden channel. My name is Menno Kamphuis and I'm just gonna make this very short English video for you guys. Outside of the usual Dutch, I have a very high opinion on my Dutch viewers, so I'm sure they'll be able to pick up most or not everything I say. But this is just for my English viewers. I've been asked the question, please can you just inform us quickly in English, or I wish I would be able to understand what you said because I can't speak Dutch. Well, that's normal and healthy, so that's why this video is for you, just to introduce in short my garden here and actually why I garden and why I make these YouTube garden videos. So yeah, the reason why I make these videos is that there's not a lot of YouTube video gardeners in Dutch out there. I mean, the things I've seen online are not necessarily the things I would like to see, and the things I make are a little more exotic maybe, or a little more tailored to specifically organic polyculture gardening. So that's a very important aspect of my garden, is that it's not a permaculture garden, it's a polyculture garden. And the thing I understand, or the thing I see as a permaculture garden, is that it's a self-sustaining system. I mean, you have the chickens, you have the goats, you have whatnot, and the whole composting system. In order to sustain yourself, you don't need outputs from outside, such as compost or growing medium or fertilizer or whatever. You're just able to make that all yourself and have a cycle, a system, a natural balance in all the inputs and outputs, which makes you be able to sustain yourself. So you can do that, I think, from a quarter acre and up. That's not what I have. I have 130 square meters of garden. You can translate that yourself to feet or yards or whatever. So 140 square meters, and it's a polyculture garden. That just says that it's a garden which does not have single rows of all the same crops planted. No, I try to create like a natural layout and a natural planting layout of my crops, so that there's not only beets and carrots, like a monoculture, like the agriculture people are used to seeing on a daily basis, unfortunately. I try to make like a forest, like the way nature would do things. There's a little plant scattered here and there, and things like insects and beneficial bugs and microbes, they can find the things they need and not have an excess of the things they don't need. I mean, if you only have potatoes or only beets or only corn or soy or whatever, yeah, that's nature has a hard time dealing with that kind of stuff. It's better to have a diversity in the types of crops you grow. It's better for the soil, it's better for the bugs, and it's better for the plants actually, not to grow only tomatoes. I mean, if you grow only tomatoes in some surface area, then you probably are prone to disease, fungus, and etc. So with that being said, I have an organic polyculture garden. Organic being, I try to minimize the animal inputs, so I do not have any manures or such. I only had some bone meal once and some blood meal. I try to stay away from those products because they can be derived from standard conventional growing of the animals. I will just walk around now with my newly purchased selfie stick, almost necessary for these kinds of videos, I think. So here you can have a quick look around my garden and just see what's growing on. There's all kinds of flowers. I've recently redid the center path there so that it's nice and clean looking. I tend to be a little chaotic and a little messy, but with the help of my friends I try to stay on top of things and also make my garden neat looking. Back there you can see a wood chip pile. It's just made for the paths. I have the paths, the walkways or walking paths, all covered in wood chips, which creates a nice growing area and a nice natural landscape infrastructure, and also supports animal life and bugs and whatnot, which all reside in these wood chips. So I have all sorts of plants. This is not the video where I go around my garden telling you all the things I have, all the names for them, how I grow them, how I planted them out, when you can harvest them, what you can do with them, what are the challenges and what are the benefits. This is just a video to show you who I am, and almost the most important thing I forgot is why I make these videos. Well, for that I can be very short or be very long. The short answer is there's someone on the internet who has way more information and deep delving contents on why people should garden, and he touches on a lot of subjects, and through his knowledge you can delve deeper into a topic elsewhere and learn more things about the world, the environment, and the place that gardening as such has in that. And that's John Kohler, and he has to be mentioned in this video because he is actually my sole reason why I walk now in my garden with the Jerusalem artichokes behind me, the Egyptian walking onions, the wild tomatoes I have. Just check out his videos and he can explain to you very well what can be the positives. It's not always black or white, which tends to be the opinion of a lot of people in the world now. No, it's always somewhere in the middle, and it's a whole spectrum of possibilities, and you just have to choose the best one for you every day. So with that being said, I can talk on and on and on, fill your whole evening with hours and hours of me ranting about the state of the world, the Western society, and the way we exploit the world either to our benefit or to our disadvantage. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you learned something. If you like it, hit me up in the comments and maybe push me to make more English videos so you can learn what grows here. I mean, we're here in the Netherlands, which has a mild temperate climate. Not as it's in certain ways it's like certain parts of the US. It's not as warm as California, but we have a mild climate, and we don't have the winters where it's freezing like months on end, and we don't have the hot summers here like for instance California or Vegas, I can only imagine, do have. So if you want to know what's growing on here, how does the kale grow, how do the tomatoes grow, and how do the sunflowers grow, as you see here behind me of my neighbor, just ask, and maybe I can make another English video. So with that, I'm gonna leave it here. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time at the Biotuin.